Aquarius, stop right here. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to share could explain the sleepless nights, the heavy weight on your chest, the strange silence you've been walking through. For months now, your soul has been restless. You've been tested harder than ever before. Relationships cracked, friendships ended, finances flipped. And deep down, you've asked yourself, why me? But here's the truth. October 4th, 2025 is not just another date on the calendar. It's not just another full moon or another planetary alignment. It is a cosmic verdict. A day when the moon, the ruler of your emotions, stands face to face with Saturn, the strict teacher of karma. And when these two meet, Aquarius, destiny makes its judgment. This isn't ordinary energy. This is the energy of revelation. Saturn looks at everything you've endured, every heartbreak, every sacrifice, every painful lesson, and decides if you passed the test or not. And listen closely. Not everyone will survive this shift the same way. Some will repeat the cycle. Some will feel crushed by the weight of karma. But a chosen few, those who silently endured, who trusted when nothing made sense, who allowed endings to happen instead of fighting them, those souls will rise. And if you are one of the chosen ones, then the universe has already left 8 undeniable signs along your path. These signs prove that you didn't just crawl through fire. You walked out with your spirit purified, ready for the blessing that's been waiting for you. Miss these signs, Aquarius, and you risk falling back into patterns of pain and delay. But notice them, recognize them, claim them as yours. Then your reward is not just relief, not just peace, but a miracle powerful enough to rewrite the story of your entire destiny. So I need you to listen with every part of your soul. Because what you hear in the next few minutes may be the difference between repeating your darkest cycle or stepping into the miracle season the universe has reserved for the chosen ones. Aquarius, let's break this down, because understanding what's happening in the skies on October 4th, 2025 will explain why your entire life has felt like a battlefield this year. You see, Saturn is not just another planet. Saturn is the karmic teacher, the planet of lessons, discipline, endurance, and responsibility. Saturn never gives you what you want instantly. It makes you earn it. It strips away illusions, tears apart comfort zones, and forces you to face the deepest truths about yourself. And then there's the moon. The moon is your inner world, your emotions, your subconscious, the secret place in your heart where no one else can see. It governs your moods, your intuition, your emotional memory. Now imagine these two forces colliding. On October 4th, 2025, the Moon and Saturn don't just pass by each other, they align in a powerful conjunction. And for Aquarius, this is not small, this is the ultimate soul check. It's the exam of your patience, your pain, and your endurance. The universe has been testing you all year. It's been asking, will Aquarius crumble under the pressure? Or will Aquarius rise as the chosen one who can hold miracles without breaking? That's why 2025 has felt so heavy. It wasn't just random chaos. It wasn't punishment. It was purification. Saturn was pressing you, shaping you, burning away what no longer serves you. Every breakdown you experienced, it wasn't the end. It was the demolition before the rebuild. If you felt like your friendships collapsed, your job no longer fit, your heart cracked open, or your finances spun out of control, it's because the old version of you could not carry what's coming next. The universe forced you to release what was too small for your destiny. And here's the key. Those who survived this, those who didn't quit when it felt unbearable, are about to see why it all happened. Because October 4th doesn't just bring closure, it brings reward. It's the gateway into your miracle season. And Aquarius, If you've been feeling like your life collapsed just so it could be rebuilt stronger, you are not alone. Every chosen one has walked through the fire this year, but the difference is they didn't burn. They were refined. And now, the ones who passed will rise, the ones who endured will shine, and the ones who trusted will step into blessings so big, even their enemies will have to watch in silence. Aquarius, the very first sign that you passed your soul's most painful test is the silence you were forced to sit in. Think back over these past months. How many times did the phone stop ringing? How many people you once leaned on suddenly disappeared? Messages left on read, invitations never sent, calls you thought would come, but didn't. At first, it felt like rejection. It felt like abandonment. Maybe you even asked yourself, why is everyone pulling away? Why am I suddenly alone? But here's what the universe was really doing. It wasn't rejecting you. It was redirecting you. You see, chosen ones often don't realize that silence is not punishment. It's a sacred classroom. The universe took away the noise so you could hear something louder, your own intuition. Aquarius, isolation became your training ground. You were being prepared to see who was truly for you and who was only attached to the old version of you. The friends who ghosted you, they couldn't go where you're going. The conversations that dried up, they were distractions from your real assignment. The silence wasn't empty, it was sacred space. And this is where the test came in. The silence test wasn't about how strong you were when everyone clapped for you. It was about who you became when nobody was watching, nobody was calling, nobody was validating your worth. Some people crumble when silence hits. They chase, they beg, they force connections. But not you, Aquarius. You endured the quiet. You held your head high even when your heart was breaking. You trusted the universe's timing when every part of you wanted to force an answer. That is proof. You passed. Because silence is not a void. Silence is alignment. And those who can remain faithful in silence are the ones the universe can trust with the loud blessings coming next. And here's the twist. The universe was never testing how much noise you could make, but how much power you could hold in silence. Did you still believe in your worth when no one was clapping? Did you still honor your path when nobody was cheering you on? That's what Saturn and the Moon were watching. If you found strength in your solitude, if you learned to be your own best friend, if you discovered peace in prayer, meditation, or simply sitting with your thoughts, then you passed the silence test. And now, because you didn't fill the void with the wrong voices, the right people, and the right opportunities are about to find you. So Aquarius, understand this. The silence you endured wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to prove you. And because you passed, the blessings that come after this conjunction will not just whisper into your life. They will arrive loud enough for the whole world to notice. Aquarius, the second undeniable sign that you passed your soul's test is hidden inside the pain you carried. Think back. Who betrayed you? Who broke your heart when you least expected it? What loss left you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering if you'd ever feel whole again? Maybe it was someone you trusted walking away. Maybe it was the sudden collapse of a dream you had built your whole future around. Maybe it was grief, the kind that changes you forever. That wasn't random. That was Saturn's hardest test. The universe wanted to see, would Aquarius collapse under the weight of heartbreak? Or would you learn to turn pain into wisdom? Because here's the truth. Anyone can smile when life is easy. Anyone can praise when blessings flow. But chosen ones, they are forged in fire. And Aquarius, your fire has been heartbreak, betrayal, and loss. You see, Saturn doesn't break you to punish you. Saturn breaks you to reveal you. Every painful experience stripped away illusions and left you face to face with your rawest, most authentic self. The question was, would you come out bitter or better? And if you are still here, standing, breathing, believing, even with scars on your soul, then you already know the answer. You passed. Aquarius, your tears were receipts. Proof that you endured what many couldn't survive. Proof that even when your heart cracked open, your spirit refused to quit. Proof that no betrayal was strong enough to rob you of your destiny. Here's the hidden wisdom. The ones who hurt you didn't win. They were part of the training. The heartbreak didn't end you. It carved out space for the love that's coming. The loss didn't destroy you. It opened the door to alignment with something greater. And this is the real miracle. The pain didn't poison you. It purified you. You're not bitter. You're wiser. You're sharper. You're stronger. And because of that, the Moon-Saturn conjunction will not judge you as broken. It will honor you as unshakable. So if you can look back at your deepest wound and say, I'm still standing. I'm not who I was before, but I'm stronger for it. Then understand, this is not the end of your story. It's the confirmation that you passed one of the hardest tests the universe could ever send. Aquarius, the third sign that proves you passed your soul's most painful test, is found in the endings that shook your world. Think back to this past year. Something ended, maybe suddenly, maybe brutally. It could have been a career shift that felt like the rug was pulled out from under you. A relationship you thought would last forever, collapsing without warning. A financial hit that made you question your stability. Or even friendships that crumbled overnight. At the time, it looked like destruction. It felt unfair, like the universe had snatched something out of your hands without giving you an explanation. You may have cried out, "Why did this happen? Why now? Why me?" But here's the secret. It wasn't destruction. It was preparation. The endings you faced weren't random. They were Saturn's hand, clearing space for what belongs to you. And this was the test. Would you cling to what was leaving, or would you surrender to the unknown? Would you chase after what the universe was removing, or would you trust that something greater was waiting on the other side? Aquarius, the fact that you're still here moving forward means you surrendered. You let go, even when your heart wanted to hold on. That surrender is proof that you trusted destiny over control. And that is exactly what the universe needed to see. Because here's what nobody told you. Every ending you faced was secretly Saturn moving the wrong people and wrong paths out of your way. That job that ended, it wasn't your true calling. That relationship that broke, it was holding you back from the love that's aligned with your future. That financial loss, it was redirecting you to build wealth in a way that actually lasts. Every ending was a divine redirection, and though it hurt, it was also holy. The chosen ones don't beg for doors to stay open. They trust that closed doors are cosmic protection. And Aquarius, if you've learned to walk away without chasing, if you've learned to say, if it left me, it wasn't mine, then you passed. Because endings were never the end. They were the universe's way of saying, I have something better. And on October 4th, when Saturn and the Moon align, you will finally begin to see why those endings were necessary for your new beginning. Aquarius. The fourth sign that proves you passed your soul's painful test comes in the form of protection you didn't even know you had. Think back. How many times this year did something fall apart at the last second? A meeting cancelled, a flight delayed, a car that wouldn't start, an opportunity that slipped right through your fingers. At the time, it felt like bad luck, like the universe was working against you. But here's the truth. It wasn't bad luck. It was divine protection. Every single delay, every sudden redirection, every closed door was a shield. The universe was blocking you from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The relationship that never worked out. Protection. The job interview that never called back. protection, the event you couldn't make because plans fell apart, that may have saved you from harm you couldn't see. Aquarius, Saturn's greatest lesson is patience, and the moon reveals hidden emotions. Together, they asked you, would you curse the delay, or would you recognize the protection? And that was the test, because chosen ones learn to see divine fingerprints in the interruptions. They stop asking, why me? And start saying, thank you for protecting me. The truth is, while you were crying over what you thought you lost, the universe was celebrating what it just saved you from. You don't know how many disasters were quietly cancelled behind the scenes. You don't know how many betrayals were blocked before they touched your heart. You don't know how many accidents were avoided because of a 5-minute delay. Aquarius, if you've started to shift your perspective, if you no longer see every delay as rejection, but as redirection, that means you passed this test. You proved you could trust divine timing even when it didn't match your schedule. Because what looks like a missed opportunity to you is often a masterpiece of protection from the universe. And here's the miracle. When you stop fighting delays, you allow alignment. When you stop cursing interruptions, you open yourself to blessings. So if you've learned to breathe through the pause, if you've learned to trust the detour, then you already know. You weren't unlucky. You were chosen. And October 4th will reveal just how much protection was really working in your favor all along. Aquarius, the 5th sign that proves you passed your soul's painful test is the shadow test, the moment the universe forced you to face the darker side of yourself. Think back. Did old fears return? Did toxic patterns you thought were gone suddenly resurface? Did you find yourself in situations that felt strangely familiar, like you had already lived this before? That wasn't coincidence. That was Saturn pressing repeat on your old cycles to see if you had really grown. Or this time, you paused. You chose differently. That was your proof. That was the universe saying, show me you've learned. And you did. Aquarius, you didn't just break the chain. You became the chain breaker for your entire bloodline. The cycles of abandonment, betrayal, poverty, self-doubt, or toxic love that ran through your family. You are the one who stood up and said, it ends with me. But here's the twist. This wasn't about you only. The karma you ended has freed generations after you. Your children, your future family, even souls you may never meet. They will walk lighter because you carried the weight and chose differently. That is the power of the shadow test. Understand this. Chosen ones are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get back up and refuse to repeat the same mistakes. You looked your shadow in the eye and said, I will not let you control me anymore. That courage is rare. That strength is sacred. So if you've noticed that you no longer react the way you used to, if peace replaced rage, if patience replaced fear, if boundaries replaced weakness, then congratulations. You passed one of the hardest tests the universe could give. And now, the Moon-Saturn conjunction will stamp your growth with blessings not just for you, but for everyone connected to your name. Aquarius, the 6th sign that proves you passed your soul's painful test is the miracle of stillness. Think about this past year. How many times did it feel like nothing was moving? No progress, no answers, no breakthroughs. It was as if your prayers were floating into the air and disappearing. Days blurred together and life felt stuck. But here's the truth. That stillness wasn't punishment. It was Saturn's greatest test. Saturn wanted to see, would Aquarius quit when the silence stretched too long? Would they walk away when doors stayed closed? Or would they learn to wait, to trust, and to hold their faith steady? Because the miracle of stillness is this. What looks like stagnation to the human eye is often acceleration in the spiritual realm. The universe was rearranging, aligning and protecting you behind the scenes, but to receive it, You had to sit in the waiting without giving up. And Aquarius, you did. You didn't quit. You didn't throw away your vision. You didn't let hopelessness swallow you. Yes, you cried. Yes, you questioned. But you held on anyway. And that's exactly why you passed this test. Chosen ones are not the loudest. They are not the ones always running ahead. They are the ones who can stand still when the world is racing, knowing that divine timing will always be greater than human effort. And here's what's powerful. Because you stayed still, you didn't rush into the wrong thing. You didn't force what wasn't meant for you. You didn't settle out of fear. You waited. And that patience has preserved your destiny. Now the moon, the ruler of emotions, will touch Saturn, the ruler of time, on October 4th. And in that moment, what was frozen will begin to move. The prayers you thought were ignored will suddenly be answered. The doors that stayed locked will begin to creak open. The opportunities that felt delayed will arrive right on time. Aquarius, your waiting wasn't wasted. It was proof that you are ready for blessings that don't come rushed, but last a lifetime. So if you've been standing in stillness, wondering if the universe forgot about you, hear this. The test is over. You passed, and the movement you've been longing for is already on its way. Aquarius, the seventh sign that proves you passed your soul's most painful test is hidden in the messages the universe has been sending you through numbers, dreams, and signs. Have you noticed repeating numbers lately? 111, 333, 444, maybe 777 keeps showing up on clocks, receipts, or even addresses. Perhaps you've had dreams that felt prophetic, moments of déjà vu, or encounters that seemed too coincidental to be random. These are not accidents. These are confirmations. The universe has a way of whispering to those who are listening. And chosen ones like you, Aquarius, are always meant to notice. Saturn has been testing your awareness. Has your mind been too busy to see the subtle guidance around you? Or have you tuned in, trusting that the messages were for you, even when logic said otherwise? Because here's the truth. Passing this test isn't just about surviving pain or enduring endings. It's about noticing the invisible patterns. It's about honoring the gentle nudges, the synchronistic events, and the repeating numbers that confirm you're exactly where you're meant to be. And Aquarius, these signs are more than encouragement. They are proof. Proof that your soul already crossed the finish line, that you endured what others could not, and that the universe is giving you green lights for the blessings you've been waiting for. And here's the secret most people don't know. The numbers you're seeing aren't random. They are codes, messages written in the language of the cosmos, telling you you are ready, you are chosen, you are aligned. This is why dreams, synchronicities, and number patterns have felt so powerful lately. They're not coincidences. They are your soul's report card, your confirmation that every test, every heartbreak, every silence, every ending has brought you here to the threshold of your miracle season. So Aquarius, if you've been seeing these signs and feeling that spark in your heart, that's your proof. The universe is speaking directly to you. And if you pay attention, if you honor these whispers, you won't just survive the Moon-Saturn conjunction, you will emerge marked for destiny, ready to claim what is already yours. Aquarius, the final sign that proves you passed your soul's most painful test is the peace you now carry within. Think about the chaos you've endured this year, the heartbreaks, betrayals, endings, delays, and silence, the moments when it felt like the universe was testing every ounce of your strength. Yet, despite all of that, if you're listening to this right now, there's a calm inside you that wasn't there before. You feel lighter. Your chest doesn't ache the way it used to. Your mind, though still processing, no longer spins endlessly with worry. That, Aquarius, is not coincidence. That is reward. It's the universe's way of telling you, you did it, you survived, you learned, you grew. Saturn, the great karmic teacher, has stamped your spirit with approval. And this isn't just any kind of peace, it's a transformation. You're no longer just a survivor of life's storms. You're a creator of your reality. Your aura has shifted. You carry the energy of someone who has faced pain, embraced silence, released the unnecessary, and trusted the unseen. You've gone from reacting to life to co-creating with it. And that calmness you feel, that is your proof that you passed the universe's most rigorous tests. And here's the deeper truth, Aquarius. This peace is contagious. The way you hold yourself now, the way your energy flows, impacts everyone around you. People will sense your strength without knowing why. Doors will open in your favor. Opportunities will align. The blessings that seem delayed will now arrive, not by chance, but because your soul has earned them. So if you've noticed this shift, this quiet assurance inside yourself, understand it is not fleeting. It is your cosmic reward, your sign from the universe that you are ready to step fully into your destiny, that all the endings, heartbreaks, silences and tests were not punishments, but preparation. Aquarius, your peace is more than comfort. It is Saturn's stamp of approval, and with it, you are no longer merely surviving the world, you are shaping it. You are the chosen one, walking forward with calm, clarity, and unstoppable cosmic alignment. So, Aquarius, take a deep breath and really hear this. October 4th, 2025 isn't just another day on the calendar. It isn't just a moon phase or a fleeting planetary alignment number. This is the day your soul's final exam is graded. This is the day the universe officially confirms whether the challenges, heartbreaks, silences, and delays you endured were tests you passed or lessons you'll need to revisit. And here's the truth. If you've been paying attention to the subtle whispers of the cosmos, you've already been seeing the proof. The 8 signs we've explored today are not coincidences. They are cosmic confirmations that you, Aquarius, are one of the chosen ones. The silence test showed you that true power is held quietly without needing validation. The pain that didn't break you proved your strength to turn suffering into wisdom. The sudden ending revealed your ability to surrender to destiny rather than cling to control. The unexpected protection reminded you that what looks like delays or missed chances is actually divine shielding. The shadow test confirmed that you're no longer bound by old cycles. Your courage has freed generations after you. The miracle of stillness taught you that patience in the waiting positions you for alignment beyond your imagining. The alignment of numbers and dreams is proof that the universe is signaling your success through synchronicities and angelic guidance. And finally, the new peace within shows that your aura has shifted. You are no longer just surviving, Aquarius. You are creating, thriving, and commanding your reality. Now I want to ask you, which of these 8 signs are already appearing in your life? Maybe it's the peace you didn't have before. Maybe it's the messages and numbers the universe keeps sending. Maybe it's that sense of protection you felt in moments that could have gone terribly wrong. Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know which signs are already whispering to your soul. Because the truth is, recognizing these signs is how you claim your miracle season fully. Aquarius, the universe has been preparing you for this moment for years, maybe decades, and now it's here. Your soul has endured, your spirit has grown, and your miracle season isn't coming, it's already here. So comment below, share your experiences, and let's see how many chosen ones among us are finally stepping into the life the cosmos has been waiting for you to claim.